and welcome to the Spotlight Show. I'm your host, and my name is Jabez Napoleon Ogbole. Like I always say every week, I'm always excited, to come to this show every Sunday evening. I'm always glad having you, because right now I don't know where you are. If you're watching me from your home, from your office, wherever you may be, I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, because we have viewers from across the globe, and you could be watching us from different time zones. Perhaps you're already on Monday morning, depending on where you are. But thank you so much, and we're coming to you right now live and direct from the studio of GBKM here in the city of Toronto. And thank you once again. And please, like I always say, tell your friends and family about this program. If it's very informative for you and you've been blessed by this program, why not share it? Go to our YouTube channel, because we're live right now on YouTube and Facebook. So go to YouTube, GBKM TV or GBKM FM, or you can also go to our website. Our network website is www.gbkm.fm. Right now you can watch the show from our website. You can also see past shows. Remember, this show is always available to you after the live broadcast, so you can go back to our YouTube channel and you see the past shows and you see the show as well. Thank you so much. This show is made possible by viewers like you, and I want to especially appreciate you for your continuous patronage and viewership, and also want to give thanks to all our corporate sponsors that made this show possible every week, from Pan-African Arts, Culture and Trade Institute, PACATI, to African Young Entrepreneur, www.ayeonline.org, to Daniela Corporation, and of course Imani's Place. I want to say special thank, and of course to our platinum sponsor, Top Run Consulting. They are the leaders in IT training across the world. So wherever you may be right now, go to www.toprun.ca and see what services they offer, from IT certification, resume writing, strategic communication, project management, etc. Reach out to them. They have offices across the globe. So yes, guys, thank you once again. So I don't know if you're watching me from your phone, from your TV, from your laptop, from your iPad and mobile devices. Today is going to be very interesting. What's the sports show about? We discuss topics of interest that affect you and I. People in the diaspora. Even people back at home in the continent or in the Caribbean. And this show is specifically to look for topics of interest that affect people of color, people of African descent all across the globe. And today is very, very it's a very, very important topic. We have a special guest on the show today. So what is today's topic? Today's topic is the giant of Africa. Is Nigeria still the giant of Africa? I repeat that. Is Nigeria still the giant of Africa? That's a very, very, thought-provoking topic. People always claim that Nigeria is the giant of Africa. How so? And are they still relevant, in Africa today, or for the purpose and for the uplifting of the black race? So we're going to talk about that, and I'm going to introduce our special guest, who is right here live in the studio with us today. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our special guest. And with me today is Mr. Wise. He is a social critic based here in the city of Toronto. Mr. Wise, welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being on the program here today. And let's see. And like I said, I'm a student of history, and I like to use the word all the time.
Wonderful. No, guys, this is very interesting. You need to sit down, relax, get some popcorn, because we're going to be educated today. Because so, Mr. Wise, let's start with that topic. Is Nigeria still the giant of Africa? What does that mean to you?
I'll answer this question this way. Yes and no.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Yes, in terms of population.
In terms of population.
Yeah, 206 million according to, that's the estimated population. Because we've not done census for a long time. So 206 million, yeah, that's a huge number.
That is a huge number.
That's a huge number. That's a country with a potential economic power. No, in terms of the security challenges we are facing right now.
Wow.
Since 2012, I would say no in terms of that part, because every Nigerian thought after 2012, we thought after 2015, this thing would have been history if
by
not done. So that's why I said yes and no.
Yes and no.
So I'll leave it there. I know as we progress, we talk more about more. Yeah.
So you heard it from Mr. Wise. Okay, he's, like he said, he's a fan of history, and Nigeria is a giant of Africa in different perspectives, like he said, population and security challenges. Why don't we talk about the security challenges? Nigeria has always been known to be peaceful in their history, until of recent, this century, with all this issue of terrorism, Boko Haram, herdsmen shooting and kidnappings and whatnot. What do you think?
Yeah, I think when the Boko Haram issue started back in the days during I think before Goodluck Jonathan, because mind you, this Boko Haram thing, the then former governor of Borno State, Alhaji Shetima, they were like his protege, like political proteges, you know what I mean? Yeah. So he created this whole Boko Haram thing.
Oh yeah, the governor.
Yeah, he created it, yeah. And then I think at a point, it became something he could not control. Because you know, the problem with Nigerian politics is that sometimes you could arm talks.
Yes.
You understand? The problem, the thing they don't realize is to disarm those talks is the problem. So, and if you remember back then when the leader of Boko Haram was caught,
Yes.
then extrajudicial killing happened.
That's true.
You understand? When he was not killed. From then, the whole thing went out of hand, you know. Then we thought the country will have been able to face those challenges or curtail the whole issue, you know, from taking over Maduguri to Damboa to Baga. And mind you, Baga used to be the largest fish market in West Africa.
Oh yeah, in the current Borno state of Nigeria.
Current Borno state, yeah.
Amazing. I didn't know that.
That's a huge fish market. And there was a lot of bombings there. And before Jonathan, because then Boko Haram was controlling about, let's say, between 12 to 14 local governments.
12 to 14 local government in the state?
Yeah. Then before the election, that 2015 election, because of the Jonathan government brought in some mercenaries, they were able to push back a little bit.
Wow.
You understand? And when this current government came in now, the only thing I think this current government only succeeded in doing is curtailing the bomb blasts.
Oh, okay.
But apart from that, for me personally, I feel Boko Haram became stronger again. Because from Mungunu to Goza to Kodunga to Baga and down to Zulum, all those areas. Because if you listen to the governor a couple of weeks ago, he said, Mr. President, 10 kilometers away from Maduguri, we are not safe.
Just 10 kilometers?
Yes.
I talk about less than 4 minutes drive?
Yes. So he said 10 kilometers away from Maduguri, we are not safe. So which means the whole of Borno State, the only place that is a little bit safe is Maduguri.
Just the capital?
Just the capital. So that's why I said the security challenges, this Boko Haram issue has become something of a different thing. Now, you have Boko Haram. Mind you, the same Boko Haram, what a lot of Nigerians don't understand, Boko Haram, they had a splitter group, the ISWAP.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one is a more stronger group.
Oh, those are more armed than...
More armed. Those are the ones that has a backing from ISIS.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a different group entirely.
Okay.
You understand? That's a very strong group. That group is different from the Shekaro group.
Wow.
Yes. Now, if you now go down to the northwest, then you now start having this issue of banditry.
Yes, so are they not the same?
Well, the government will make us to believe they are not. For me personally, I feel they are the same thing because of I feel logistically they support one another.
Okay.
That's just what I think. You know what I mean? Whether you call it Fulani herdsmen, you call it banditry, you call it Boko Haram or ISWAP. Terrorism is terrorism.
It's terrorism, same agenda.
Yeah.
This is amazing, guys. I told you Mr. Wise is a student of history. So, Mr. Wise, people always say that Nigeria has so many problems. It's very easy for us to identify the problems. What do you think will be the solution in this case? Because we have two governments now. They've not been able to solve this problem. So what is the way forward, in your opinion?
There is the bogeyman in the room. Everybody always avoid that in Nigeria. Let's go back to the Constitution. A situation whereby the security apparatus of a country is centrally run.
Okay.
It's not working for us anymore.
Okay.
So it's either we are ready to take the bold step by having local policing, state police.
Okay.
You understand? Because each area has a peculiar problem.
That's true.
You understand?
Yes.
With the way the Nigerian police is structured, I think it is too paramilitarized to be able to effectively police the country. Now, mind you, our policing strength is about between 310,000 to 350,000.
That's very small to a
Very
population
small
of over 200.
200 million people.
Wow.
Now, out of those ones, mind you, each police, each governor is being guided by a division of police.
Each governor by division?
A division of police.
A single division?
Yeah, a full division.
Oh, okay.
Which are almost like 62 strong men of police.
62 strong men. Wow.
So now, 36 state governor, now let's move one division each to all of them, right? Now, ministers, they have like one or two or three police. Senators, they have this and this. But so if you look at it, the VIP, like half of the police are guiding the VIP.
Guiding the elite and the leaders. Oh, so there's not enough in circulation.
There is not enough, because if you look at the insecurity issue we have, using the army to fight insurgency, for me, is counterproductive. That is the job of the police. That's the job of the DSS. DSS, their job is to take intelligence, while the police are supposed to get those things done. But with the way our police is so small, they cannot handle that stuff. Now, the army, who is not trained for that, has been stretched so thin. Because mind you, after the Ekomog War, the rate of recruitment to the Nigerian army was slowed. Because Babangida said something back then. He said, in time of peace, no need to increase your army.
The army strength, wow.
So our army is not as too big. You understand? So the army is in northeast, the army is in northwest. So you've stretched them thin. You understand? Even when the government went ahead and creating 3 more divisions, they created 1 division in Maduguri, they created another division in Sokoto, still do not solve the problem.
So those divisions were there new recruitment, or existing military were just spread?
Okay, before now, we normally have 3rd Armored Division in Jos.
Okay.
That takes care of those northern flank.
Okay.
Then you have the 81 Div in Lagos.
Okay.
That take care of the Lagos flank.
Okay.
Then you have the 82 Div in Enugu.
Oh, that takes
care of the east and the part of the south flank.
Oh.
Then you now have 1st Mechanized, Kaduna, that takes care of those northeast flank.
Oh.
So what they now did now was to create 6 divisions. They brought 1 division in Port Harcourt.
Okay.
Now, that takes care from there down to Benin.
Oh.
Now, they now brought another division in Sokoto that takes care, at least, to all the way to Zamfara.
All the way to the
they now brought another one to Maduguri. Like I was telling one military friend of mine, I said, I don't think these divisions have that amount of soldiers to make it a division. I just feel it's a division on paper. I might be wrong.
Oh, okay.
At least we are. This is a live program, right?
Program,
so
yes.
I might be wrong. Maybe a military officer who is watching might be able to correct me. So okay, no, Mr. Wise, you are wrong. I think every division has those amount of soldiers. But for me, I don't think those divisions has those strengths. Yeah, but we have them on paper.
Wow.
This
is amazing. You see, guys, I'm learning so much new information about my own country of birth, and this is why I love this program, because they say iron sharpen iron. They say Mr. Wise is just to educate us. Mr. Wise, thank you so much. You see, so today's topic is still geared towards the question: is Nigeria still the giant of Africa? Now let's talk about the economy, because you said Nigeria has a population of over 200 million, and to you, with that size, Nigeria remains relevant as the giant of Africa.
Yeah.
Could you elaborate more on that?
Okay. The problem there is we're only focusing on oil.
Yes.
If we could diversify the economy, I know it's easier said than done.
Okay.
And it's things like that in Nigeria. If we could, let's go back pre-1960.
Okay.
Whereby you have the granite pyramid, you have the oil palm, then you have the cocoa issue.
Yes.
These 3 things were like the bedrock of the Nigerian economy.
Okay.
Right? Now, before then, countries like Malaysia, Indonesia, were nowhere in terms of palm oil.
Okay.
Today we import palm oil from Malaysia and Indonesia. Now those pyramid we used to have in Kano of granite, they were not there anymore. Reason why? Because oil now came in, everybody now jumped into oil. And now the problem we are now having now, mind you now, the Niger Delta with this environmental degradation. The question is, after said and done, how do we clean up the Niger Delta? That one is another question everybody's avoiding. Yes. You understand? Yeah. Now, so for us to reclaim what we want to do, there's no reason at this time in Nigeria we should be importing 90% of the rice we eat from outside. Because a place like Ebonyi State,
yes,
they can grow rice.
Yes.
Now, Borno, apart from this war, Borno has one of the most fertile land in Nigeria.
I heard that.
They have a place in Borno whereby you can grow rice with less water. That is how fertile that land is. You understand? So if we could harness all these things. Now, when you now move place to a place like Ondo State is blessed with bitumen. Wow. How come we don't have a renowned refinery bitumen company in Ondo State, right? Now, we say Canada has oil. Most of the oils in Canada are bitumen in Alberta.
In Alberta, yeah, oil sand. Yes.
Oil sand. You understand? Yes. Which is what Ondo have.
Wow.
You get the point? Now, if you now move away from that side, then you now go to places like Zamfara and the rest of them, where they have gold, where they mine gold in abundance in Zamfara. Then you come to places like Jos, where they have tin. So all we need is good leadership,
okay,
restructuring of the country,
okay,
first. Because if we don't restructure the country, there is no way we can move forward. Because if you look at the Nigerian constitution, 66 items are on the exclusive list.
66 items.
On the exclusive list.
Has to do with what? Restructuring?
No, has to do with what can make a country grow. Like so many issues. Like for instance, I was watching the Edo State governorship election when the governor was promising heaven and earth. And I told them, I told your producer,
yes,
I say, most of this man is saying he's not going to be able to achieve it. Or he's going to build a port. Which port?
The state are not responsible for that.
The state are not responsible for ports. Like I stand to be corrected.
According to the current constitution.
You understand the point? But I love his idea. The governor of Edo State, with those kind of ideas, has in a restructured country.
Yes,
his ideas can move the state to a different level. But as far as the way Nigeria is constituted, he's just making noise. The highest he can do is to pay salary.
Wow.
Maybe construct one or two or three roads.
2 projects.
That's done. There's basically nothing they can do.
Okay, so if we as a nation, we realize that restructuring is our own benefit, why aren't we taking action? Is it that there's just incompetent leadership, or people do not have a sense of identity and they're not interested?
Okay, just like during the NSAS, I was speaking to some young people. They're like, Mr. Wise, you guys are like our senior brother. You guys are ahead of us. How come you guys didn't do it? That's okay. I laugh. I say, you see, the struggle for Nigeria has been there since 1950-something. How old was Anthony Nahoro when he moved the motion for independence in the 50s? He was just 26 years old.
Yes.
When he moved the motion.
Yes.
How old was Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe? These are men who were young, right?
True.
They were able to fight for independence. The problem we have in Nigeria is after independence, the question was what next?
Oh, okay.
You understand? How old was Gowon when he became our president? He was 26.
Yes, he was in his 20s.
This current president, Muhammadu Buhari, was former governor of the old Borno state, which comprises of Borno, Yobe, some part of Gombe, and some part of Adamawa state.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. He was the governor. Mind you, he was former petroleum minister before he became head of state. So if you look very well now, they all came into power as youths. You understand? So every generation has fought one fight.
Yeah.
The generation that came in the 60s fought a fight. Maybe there was civil war. You don't like. They had a terrible deed. Then the one in the 70s came under military rule. You understand?
Yeah.
And this generation is lucky in the sense that you now have your news at your fingertip.
At your fingertip, yeah.
I remember back in the days when we were in the university, if you riot at AB Uzaria, it takes maybe 3-4 days for somebody in Kaduna somebody in federal police Kaduna will hear that there was a riot in AB Uzaria. But today now, if before you start your riot in Uniben, somebody in Warri knows already that something is going on.
Yes.
So I think for us to restructure Nigeria, I feel this is the time.
Okay.
This is the time for restructuring. It's just that the powers that be are scared of restructuring. That's how I see it.
The powers that be are scared of restructuring. We're going to come to that shortly. We're going to come to that. So ladies and gentlemen, this has been very, very impactful for me, and I hope it's been impactful for you. So sit back. We're going to go on a short break. And just, you heard what Mr. White said. The powers that be are afraid of restructuring to take Nigeria to the next progressive level. Or let's put it this way, Professor Lumumba, P.L. Lumumba said something, that the day Nigeria wakes up, Africa will never be the same again. But we're going to hold on to that thought, and we're going to, get more clarification from Mr. White when we come back. So sit back, relax, and I'll be right back.
My name is Carol, and I'm currently a project coordinator. I took the project management course. I learned a number of things, one of which was interview skills. I learned about the agile framework and how that's very different from the waterfall model of project management.
At Top Run Consulting, the key unique area that we try to focus on is not to just impart certification knowledge, but the application of real-world tools.
Back in June 2017, I did the business analysis course at Top Run. I learned the basic and advanced skills and tools to be successful in business analysis field.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and you're still on the Spotlight Show. I'm your host, Jabez Napoleon Ogbole. We have been talking about Nigeria, the so-called chant of Africa, and the topic for discussion today is Nigeria still the giant of Africa? And that's why we have our special guest in the show today, and we are back right now. Just before we went on the show, Mr. Wise told us that the way forward for Nigeria is restructuring. The states needs more power. For example, they need to be able to control the police force so that they can be able to tackle, local issues and insurgency. And there's no need for the army to be involved at this point in time. But before we went on break, Mr. White said something that the powers that be in that country, Nigeria, my country of birth, are afraid of restructuring. Mr. Wise, can you shed more light on that? Why would they be afraid to create a progressive country?
Yeah, because they love the status quo. They're enjoying what is coming from the center. Because if you look at it very well, why is it that in 2020, if the governor want to pay teacher salary, he has to go to Abuja?
For funds.
You understand? If you take note now, like everybody has to go. Then we have this phrase, national cake. Like, what is national cake?
Everybody wants a piece of the national cake.
Exactly. So why? And if you take, when I say powers that be, I'm not only, it's the powers that be is not only people from the north. It cut across the whole geographical zone.
Oh yes, because there are powerful or leaders in
every region who enjoys the way Nigeria is being run today.
Right now.
Because, okay, look at the word restructuring. What is restructuring, by the way?
Yeah,
restructuring is just a situation whereby let's start moving some power from the middle. Let's start taking it out to the state.
Decentralized.
Then from the state, bring it down to the local level. Look like Canada, here we are. If you take note, we are closer to the local government than the province.
Oh yes.
Same in Nigeria.
Yes.
So 30% of our daily needs is being done by the city of Toronto.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes. The municipality. You're right.
That's the municipality.
Yes.
Then, if they take away 30%, if you look now, another 40% is being done by the province.
By the state or the province. Yes.
Now, what does the federal has to do? It's just something few. Bring the money, put the money down there. Mind you, it's something like healthcare in Canada. The federal brings the money, but the province delivers healthcare.
Oh, they manage it, they deliver it. Whereas back in Nigeria, it's a bit different.
The reverse is the case. Everybody has to go to the middle. You understand?
Yeah.
So which creates room for this massive corruption. Like, for example, I don't know if you follow the news, the Minister for Communication gave a 2 weeks notice. It's okay, hey, everybody, you have to link your SIM card to your NIN number. Now, they say they have 173 places put to go line up. Now, let's talk like people who lives in 2020, that I cannot go in and register. I have to go line up somewhere.
In a physical location.
To go line up. Mind, this is the same country that we have BVN. We have voters registration. Why don't lump everything together? Just give one number to one person. Why do the
assign numbers?
Yeah, so why do the government like to create hardship for its people? Because some people the powers that be just enjoy that flow. Now, for you to get that number, now you have to pay 5,000 naira or pay 10,000 naira. Now you see, we create room for corruption in Nigeria. Wow. By our policies.
And it seems that the Constitution doesn't really benefit us in terms of the age and time we are in right now. You made much mention of how the system, the federal system, this centralized government, this monstrosity whereby the federal government is so powerful, and it seems that the president has so much absolute power. Now this creates room for corruption. Okay. So what do you think? Because corruption, a lot of people, especially in the Western media, say is endemic in that country. So what do you think would be, apart from restructuring, what do you think in terms of any corruption? Should there be a recycling of these leaders or politicians? Because it seems the same people have been there from independence.
You see, that's why, say, like one time I was discussing with K-Baz, I said, if you don't get the fundamentals right, whatever we are saying will not work.
Will never work, okay.
Yes, sir. No matter who you want to change. Before now, we all thought Buhari was a saint.
Yes.
But believe you me, sorry to say, I think he ended up becoming one of the worst things that ever happened to Nigeria. In terms of security and otherwise. Because the country is so unsafe right now. But it's being run by a former army general.
So one would have thought, being an army general, you made the country, so security will be your priority.
That's what we thought. And I could remember one interview he did. He said, in Nigeria, where people are scared to go to farm, he said, why am I running? I'm running because I want people to be free to go to farm. I want our children to be free to go to school. But his own district head from Dara was kidnapped. His own in-law was kidnapped one time. The president in-law was kidnapped.
And that's a shame.
Exactly.
Wow, wow, wow. So Mr. White just said it. No matter the leader you bring, the foundation is
faulty. So Nigeria has a faulty foundation. That's why if you say, let's go back to the 2014 Constitutional Conference. At least let's start from somewhere.
Let's start from somewhere.
I don't know why the country we are scared of discussing. Let's talk. If it means if it's going to lead to breakage, so be it. But we have to talk.
We have to talk.
You can't just force us to stay in one place whereby nothing is going.
Nothing is going. Okay.
We should be ready to talk, because if you take note, Nigeria was created, then we now added us in. Why can't we first of all create ourselves? Sit down first. Let's decide if I want to stay. Let me decide if I'm living in Warri, if I want from Warri to align with Benin. Why can't we have that discussion? Why lumping us together? Because it's not working.
It's not working.
Nigeria is going to be like this in the next 50 years if we don't have that discourse. Nothing will change.
Now that you made mention of that, okay? Now, some people are not advocating for restructuring. They're actually advocating for separation. Now, let's talk about the Biafra. What do you think? Is that movement, is it sustainable? Is that a solution for the country?
The problem I have with Biafra is this. Mind you, we've been on that road before.
Yes.
With Ikem Bande, with the late Odumegbo Jupu.
That's right.
The premises they bring in the Biafra, I have a problem with that.
Tell us.
Because you want to create a country, right? You don't even have, you're not even ready to have a dialogue. First of all, with the people inside the country. It's either your way or no other way. What makes the Nnamdi Kanu and the rest thinks that every Igbo man in that part want to go for Biafra?
Go for what he's asking for.
So let's not go create Biafra and create another mini Nigeria. If you want to do that, there's what we call referendum. Why can't we just start talking from every local government? Let's start ask everybody, do you want to stay or do you want to go?
Okay.
Because mind you, what you should understand too, the people from the Igbo extraction, they cut across all part of Nigeria in terms of business.
Yes, business.
So there's a lot of the Igbos too who are doing business outside Nigeria. They're going to think like, okay, what are you guys talking about? Why don't we try the restructuring first? See if it works. See if it's going to work. Because mind you, if you say you Biafra, the governors of those eastern states are all Igbos. They are not Hausas.
That's true.
Neither are they Yorubas.
That's true.
So first of all, ask yourself, what has your governor done with the little money he's bringing for you? You understand the point? Yeah. So because if you're going to, for me, let's not go create a new society. Then somebody becomes an emperor.
I see what you mean. We are redoing the same thing.
The same thing. So that's why for the Biafran issue, they've not been able to convince you. It's just my own personal opinion. I know as I'm saying it now, because a lot of those IPOP people, I know they are very nasty. By now they would have been insulting the hell out of me now, looking for my page on Facebook.
Well, that is not the way forward.
No, that's who they are.
One thing I noticed about we Nigerians, home and abroad, we criticize a lot.
Yeah.
And why do you think so? Because it seems there's no sense of identity. Because in this part of the world, everybody's proud to be a Canadian. You don't say, oh, I'm Ontarian, I'm a Quebecois, I'm from Manitoba, or I'm French, or I'm English speaking. But back in Nigeria, when you ask you, even as a Nigerian, you feel form for bank, for everything, they are asking you, what is your tribe, what's your local government? So it creates this sense that there's no Nigeria.
Yeah, the system was designed for us to feel that way. If you remember, before the Civil War, those things were not much. After the Civil War, when Major General Aguiyi came into power, what they now did was to suspend the Constitution.
Okay.
Then move all the power to the middle.
Okay.
You understand? Move it to the middle.
To the middle, yes.
Then, somewhere along the line, he got assassinated. Gowon came into power. They start breaking us into states. Started with 19 states. So that was where we now start having these self-identification. The leaders did that thing.
Oh, I see.
You understand? The leaders did that thing. From there, if you remember, I remember growing up in old Benders State. You had Midwestern, this and that. Like for instance, let's look at it this way. When you say South-South, you say Southeast, geographically is wrong. Those are political
political
zones.
zones, yeah.
What is South-South in
South,
geography?
yes, true.
Because if you look at the map very well, the whole of those places, those are southeast,
They are
then
southeast,
southwest.
yes, exactly.
So when you say Niger Delta, what is a Niger? The only place I could recall Niger Delta is between Delta and rivers, because it's a delta. What is a delta? Delta is where the river flows down to the ocean.
Oh.
You understand?
Yeah.
So most of those places are not Niger Delta,
not
but
Niger
it's just a political connection by the government. You understand the point? So Nigerian government, they are very good in one thing. They know how to divide their citizen, whichever name they want to choose. Like somebody will say, I'm from South. Geographically, point me South.
I've always found issues with that.
Yeah, someone will say, oh, I'm from South. No, geographically point it. It's not there. Or someone will say, oh, I'm from North Central. No. It's either you're northwest or northeast, then you bring it down.
You bring it down, yeah.
Because if you want to create the proper east, some part of Taraba are
Yes,
even the east.
part of the east.
Geographically. So that's why I always ask people, say, are you talking about geographically or political zone?
Political zones, yeah.
Nigeria is created to 6 political zones,
yeah.
but we have 4 geographical locations.
Yeah, 4, meaning the
Northwest, northeast, southwest, and southeast.
southeast. So now let's talk about this referendum. So if we do a referendum, what do you propose? Are you saying that we go back to the the First Republic or the Second Republic? Are we using the Shehu Shagari era or Azikiwe?
Before Civil War, let's go back to what we were before the Civil War.
Before the Civil War.
Where the regions were stronger.
Oh, so then we're going to have before the Civil War, we have the North, the East, and the Midwest and the West.
Yes.
Then the South was now broken into Lagos and Midwest.
Yeah. Okay. So what I'm saying is, if before the Civil War, each regions were growing.
They're growing, yes.
And they were paying stuff to the middle.
Oh, okay. So when you say middle,
when I use middle, I'm talking about the federal government.
Okay, central government.
So I like to call them the middle.
The middle, okay.
You understand? Yeah. Middle, not in terms of the location. Okay. Middle in terms of politics.
Politics. So everybody converge.
Everybody converge to the middle there.
It starts from bottom up
to the middle.
To the middle.
You understand? So when the military boys came into power, they bastardized our constitution and bastardized our system to favor them.
To favor them.
So that, because military is all about command and control.
Yes.
So for them to have that command and control is to break down the structures we have so that everybody reports straight to the top.
Oh, I see.
Now,
which is like a military style.
The politicians now love that style. And that's why today, if you watch well, any person that has any political position, there's a police standing behind the person. Since you've been in Canada, when last have you seen somebody standing behind anybody?
Yeah.
But exactly. Our politicians, they love that
power. Power is intoxicating.
Yeah, so that power, even an INEC chairman is like a god. A PDP or APC chairman is like a deputy god.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
So we love that power. So the military, what we copied from the military is this command and control and oppression.
Oppression, a very oppressive system. I see what you mean. Someone told me, when there is corruption, we complain because we do not benefit. But as soon as you benefit from corruption, you say I'm connected. Yeah. So I see this is what you'd call, the powers that be do not want the change because the status quo favors them.
It favors them.
Oh my goodness, what a shame. So guys, I don't know if this has been eye-opening and thought-provoking for you, but I told you Mr. Wise is somebody that has so much love for history, and that's why I want to bring him on the show, so he can share some of this wisdom with us. Like I always say, it's a 30-minute show. Time is not always on our side, but we're very happy, and as we come to the end of this show, I want to say a quick thank you, for staying with us so far. And so Mr. Wise, what are your parting words? Just tell our viewers.
Well, the thing here is
what do they hope for? A lot of them are lost hope about the country, especially those of us in diaspora. How do we regain the trust?
I think we should. The green light I see there, the NSAS really gave me hope in Nigeria, because believe you me, you could see people, the youth. When I mean the youth, I'm talking about from the millennial to the Gen Z. Okay. You could see the Yorubas, the Igbos. Everybody was in one accord.
In one accord, one message.
You understand? It doesn't matter where you come from.
Yeah.
So everybody was singing with one accord before the government sent their talks to demobilize, to scatter the whole thing. So, men looking at that thing, I know Nigeria can be great. So I still have hope. And since after the NSAS, I've been part of 1 or 2 or 3 meetings. I follow them online, and if you hear the youth talk, I think the mistake our leaders are making, Nigeria has youths that are so intelligent that can change the country. And this youth going to fight back. Trust me, they will fight back. NSAS is not the end; it's just the beginning.
Just the beginning. Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it from our special guest today, Mr. Wise. Nigeria is a very hopeful country. So there's because we are so much. I mean, with that kind of population, with our intellect, and our love and our creativity, we cannot go wrong. So for those in government, if you're listening, if you have a relative who are in government, please, you understand, every little counts. We cannot wait for one man to change the country. We all have to play our part. And Mr. White, I just said it. The youth from millennials to Generation Z, they cannot continue the status quo and they will not accept this. So NSAS, he said, is just the beginning and we love to see more. Definitely, everybody is looking up to Nigeria and Nigerian government, whatever shape or form or size or whatever authority you may wield in power, please begin to change the narrative and the thinking. And let us come together and see if each one of us can voice our opinion. And then if we have to restructure, let's restructure and try. At least let's try something. Okay, guys. So thank you so much. I want to do special thanks to Mr. White. I want to say special thanks to you, we are very happy for you to have time in this Sunday evening to be with us in the studio. It's not easy, especially during this time. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
We love to have you back, sir. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure. Thank you very much. Yeah.
You're welcome. All right, guys. So thank you so much. Thanks to Top Run Consulting, who powers this show every Sunday. We are very grateful. Like I told you, reach out to them, www.toprun.ca. It doesn't matter what country you are. If you're interested if you want to change your career into technology, if you just want to, help with resume writing, or you want to network, or you have a project, or you're a recruiter, or you have a company looking for IT talent, Top Run is your go-to place. So reach out to them, www.toprun.ca. So guys, I always tell you every week, multiple streams of income. We do not want our kids to start, the way most of us start. Let there be generational wealth. Think of that idea, that business, take it to market. Okay, monetize those skills, guys. Remember, guys, there's nothing wrong with 9 to 5, but entrepreneurship is definitely one of the ways to go, guys. And I always say, and I'll keep saying it, be that role model you are. Wherever you find peace is your home, okay? Participate, community engagement, participate in politics, in different things, guys, okay? Be a role model in your home, your community, in your country. And remember, yours in the spotlight. The change you seek begins with you. Good night.
My name is Carol, and I'm currently a project coordinator. I took the project management course. I learned a number of things, one of which was interview skills. I learned about the agile framework and how that's very different from the waterfall model of project management.
At Top Run Consulting, the key unique area that we try to focus on is not to just impart certification knowledge, but the application of real-world tools.
Back in June 2017, I did the business analysis course at Top Run. I learned the basic and advanced skills and tools to be successful in business analysis field.
My name is Carol, and I'm currently a project coordinator. I took the project management course. I learned a number of things, one of which was interview skills. I learned about the agile framework and how